Well, the Magic 8 Ball just told us on Facebook. You bet. You bet it is our very best day ever. And it's so exciting because we get to just kind of bask in the amazing positive energy that is the end of this 6-week cycle at Eat Like a Bear. And but I'm going to bring on Anna Sewell here because she is a ball of fire this morning, and we're going to all bask together in this energy. So let me do that. Anna Sewell, if you guys don't know, Anna Sewell, we call bear number 2. I'm going to add her right now. And hi, Anna.
So, hello.
Anna she's bear number 2 because she was the first person in real life in any life, all lives, to follow me with what I was doing. And you see her in the community all the time. So good morning, Anna, and thank you for helping celebrate our successes.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and when we have so many comments already, you guys are like bringing like a lot of fire this morning. This is amazing. And the thing is, so I know we have people like at all stages, some people who just have found our community and said, what, a 6-week challenge is already in progress? How do I jump in? And so people like jumping in and they're saying like, oh, it's only been 3 weeks for me or whatever. Hey, if it's been 3 hours for you, welcome. This is fabulous because I really do see us implementing like goals, having some like community-wide goal setting periods like this, that like there's some real magic that happens with like that community-wide energy. And so if you're new, if you're not new and you're working on digging in, if you're like in the grind deep, stay in and take advantage of that energy and you're gonna have all kinds of energy. Morning. And so we're going to here, and then we need to end this video at do you have a deadline because we're going to end at 8:50 because we'll need a little bio break because then we go into boot camp where we talk about the barriers, and we're going to do a little brainstorm in there about some of the barriers we've faced in the last 6 weeks for this. But you guys, let's just like quick shout out Susan and Faith, Cammie's here, Laura, Raquel, Sue, under a pseudonym, Tammy, and Sue says what her, so I've already learned your pseudonym, Sue. And when you guys are, and Anna Sewell, what's your pseudonym here on YouTube, Anna?
Sweet Anachrony.
Yeah, so you'll see her running around as Sweet Anachrony. So we just got to all learn.
But probably not today because I am only on the phone at Starbucks, so.
Yeah, and I saw that cyclist behind you getting coffee. So that, you had someone back there. Okay. Hey, Sue. Hey, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, thank you, Sander. Hey, come wave. Here, no, really. Here's Sander.
Hi, everybody.
Okay. You guys know Sander, so he responds to a lot of emails and stuff. If you send an email, you'll either get Sander or Anna. Wait. Oh, I'm backwards. I don't know. So Anna, who's next to me on the screen. Okay. Lucy, Rhonda's here. June, Karen, Jennifer, Joanne. Good morning, everybody. Oh my gosh. And so Erin, Edie. Hey, Maura says, good morning, Sander. Hey, Maura. So I actually know the group now, and actually I'm not. I shouldn't out you, but I know because I had to look at one of our pseudonym people, and so anyway, now I'm putting names with some of the pseudonyms. Anyway, why? Joyce, good morning. Paula, good morning. Vicki, good morning. Beverly, good morning. Okay, so I want to say I know I can feel like that, like the energy of a group-wide challenge and this amazing thing about like voicing out what your goal is, and especially speaking it publicly is a powerful thing. As you get into, especially if you get into like weeks 2 and 3 and the grind of it, but then you're like, but I said it. And I can't go back now. And that's real. And that drove me through a couple of projects in February where I cleaned out a giant tool shed, and it drove me through cleaning 6 rooms in my house in the spring. And it's interesting. We have a lot of discussions about like how saying it out loud or like typing it, like for us to see what a big difference that makes. And we're seeing that. And you guys, but if you didn't make a goal, or if you didn't meet the goal, you have another 6 weeks. And so we're doing it again. And the whole spirit of all of this is, how can we make the next 6 weeks easier for ourselves? I mean, it's never easy, right? But how can we make decisions to structure our lives so that things are just a little bit easier? And that's how we grow, right? As we go on, and that's how we get the outcomes that want. We're working for them, but working for them in a way that's strategic, that helps us move the needle, kind of a thing. And so all that said, I know that had I had a community, and definitely had I had a leaderboard or any competitive anything, I would have lost my weight a lot more faster, because I'm very competitive. And so I'm going to start by just a shout out to that. We've had an actual leaderboard in boot camp. And you know what? I didn't even think to post a leaderboard like publicly for everybody. I think we'll do that in the next cycle, because that would be really cool to see everybody's actual specific pounds, because I just have people checking in and saying it. But if we had like a big data area and people really reported in, that would be amazing. That would be really amazing. But we don't have that. We just have it in boot camp. And those boot campers, though, we've had some serious, I'm shocked, Anna. I don't know did you see?
I was amazed. And I mean, whether or not the goal was met, progress was really made. And just motivation, and not just like everybody's motivation. We're just like back and forth between us all, just seeing what everybody's done.
Yeah. I found, the posts and updates just really inspirational. Especially from like a goal setting point of view, like, wow, this goal setting thing does work.
Yeah, it does. And a community.
Yeah, the dynamic of it, for sure. Yeah. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm recovering from COVID. I'm almost 3 weeks in, and just still have minor symptoms and a lot of fatigue, but sorry for coughing. That's it. Hopefully that's it.
You're doing awesome, really.
Oh, good. Well, and I came on here and did a live video for boot campers 2 weeks ago, deep in the COVID, and I was actually shocked at how well I did with that. So anyway, it's good. I'm coming out of it just a little bit extra tired. But so with our boot camp leaderboard, oh my gosh, the amount of pounds is ridiculous. And I want to say to everybody, don't compare your pounds lost to other people. And we're all different. And the only basis of comparison that matters is that you're doing better than you would have done otherwise. Absolutely. In fact, Anna, could you say a bit about that and like the sort of slow loser phenomenon we have here?
Oh yeah. And not just the slow loser phenomenon, but also that there's not a straight line correlation between weight loss and inches lost. I've seen some people here and they're saying, I didn't meet my weight goal, but I doubled my inches lost. I've been seeing a lot of that. But really, as far as slow loser, the scale is only showing all of your losses and gains, and it's averaged it out. You're not going to really see that you've been gaining muscle or that you've been healing your diabetes. You're not going to be seeing any of that on a scale. So I really say a tight pair of pants and your labs, that's going to be better. And how you feel, that's the biggest thing. I would say that changes probably in the first 3 days. You might feel different. I know I did. I felt less achy and I had more energy the first time, when I started everything. So I would say that the most important thing is probably how you feel and how you things fit and your energy level. Although it can go down, while you're healing. That happens too.
Yeah. So I've heard that we have some sound interference. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to turn your mic off right now. And so if you guys see Anna like this, It's because I have her off. See, she can't talk, and she's laughing now. We can't hear her. But yeah. And the thing is, too, like, a bunch of us are competitive, and we want to see those numbers. We want to see the numbers. But the real long game in all of this is that big goal anyway, and measuring against what you can do now physically. Are you able to get out and engage in your big goal even more than you have in the past? Then you guys, it is an absolute complete success. And always, and I don't care how fast or slow you're losing, you could be setting records in this group, and you're going to wish you were losing it twice or 3 times as fast. It is a universal law. And so don't focus too much on that. Focus on that progress. And like, what about the universe where I was making some sort of daily bad decisions? How am I doing compared to that? And we definitely see a lot of reports. We're going through, we got to get to our reports, because we have so many shout outs of amazing, wisdom and excitement and learning and all kinds of stuff. But I wanted to say something about the weight, because my first thing is to congratulate, oh my golly, like Ellen lost 30 pounds. I mean, what? That's crazy. So if you guys are like, I expect to lose 30 pounds like Ellen is like, in the long tail. Okay. So, but go grind for it. I mean, especially if you're starting at a high weight. And definitely if you're new and just getting in and have like that little water weight at the beginning. Yeah. But Ellen's an outlier. Okay. And just that, and congratulations, Ellen. And Tammy lost 28 pounds. Congratulations, Tammy. So Bonnie, 27, Liz, 25, our incognito McFluff, 24, June, 33, Julie, 23, Corrine, 23. You guys, this is amazing. And Penny, 16. And I went through a lot of the public postings, and you guys are posted all over the internet, so it's hard to even find everybody. But Janet lost 12 pounds. Marie, 8. Hinta, 5. Bonita, 16. Julie, 6. Dinah, 10. Christine, 12. Paula, 21. Peggy, 13, Carolyn, 8, Sue, 11, and Elaine, 15. You guys, that's nuts. That's amazing. Oh, so Anasul is going to her car. And so she was out in front of Starbucks. And now we'll see how her connection is, because Anna is going to, we're gonna like tag team this, and we're gonna just see how it works, so y'all don't get tired of listening to me all morning. But we have a lot of people who are like so close to their goal, and I mean, the power of this. So like, let's not be all disappointed. Oh, I lost 8 pounds instead of 10 kind of a thing. You flipping lost 8 pounds. We're really excited about that. So excited. So I'm going to give Anasul her voice back, and we're going to just see how this goes. Here we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
That's better. Okay. So I'm just going to tell you some of the people who were close to goal and just a couple of things they said. There's Elaine, close and still ahead of the game. And that's the truth. That's the truth. So, and she's telling everybody good luck on making your goal. And then Faith, Faith was, when she wrote this, she was fasting, and she was going to see if she made it to Wonderland. But she said that she'll tell everybody she knows, and I believe that. And then there's Tammy, only 3 pounds from goal as of Saturday. And let's see. Oh, yeah. She's learned a lot and grown a lot in the journey, and overcoming obstacles. That's the biggest thing, I think. When you overcome an obstacle, you're giving yourself evidence that you can do anything. And then Georgia, it's the 6 weeks been good, but there's lots of bumps in the road, and she's taking them as stepping stones, and it's all part of the process. Oh, and she's made good progress on the sewing room, but it's not done. That, and if you've ever seen pictures of any of her sewing rooms, that's quite a feat. And then Courtney. Now, Courtney had victories and challenges, and I will tell you, the challenges are real, because when you lose weight, you're dealing with other people and how you feel and a lot of things that are different. But her victories are amazing. She did not make the weight goal, but lost more than double the inches of what her goal was, and didn't exercise to the goal every week, but was still walking her boys to school more. And some of the non-scale victories, like one of her little ones, I don't think it's see right there, but oh yeah, they were hugging her and their hands touched on her back. And that doesn't usually happen. That's a big difference in feeling. And then Kathy lost about 5 pounds, but 5 pounds closer to the goal. And you know what, Kathy, I think that's about how much I lost. And with everything that's happened, I can't imagine that I would think I would gain with all of the garbage that I've dealt with in the last 2 months. And yeah, and the same thing, Kathy, my household turned upside down about 3 weeks ago, and it's been hard. But this is a victory here. Stuck with the eating plan, and not giving up hope. The next boot camp is going to be my success. I will fight for it. So.
Nice. And so we have people reporting in. This is so exciting that, let's see, Rhonda lost 15. Faith lost 15. Yeah, I was looking around your specific number posts. Faith, that's awesome. That is just great. And Ellen is now 11 pounds from Wonderland. So you guys, Wonderland is when you get like from your weight started with a 2 and then it starts with a 1. And so 199.9999 is Wonderland. And I totally remember thinking that I would never get there. I mean, I couldn't imagine. I remember some moms at the school with Anna who were hitting Wonderland and all excited. And I just remember feeling like that's not even possible for me. So isn't this kind of a crazy universe that we're in, but also close to goal. So Bonnie reports that she missed it by a little, but she's staying on track and not giving up. And that is exactly the spirit of all this, Bonnie. And Terry is 2 pounds from her 6-week goal, which means she lost 3 of the 5 pounds she was targeting. That is awesome. That is great. And getting into like a normal BMI range. Beautiful. And so Jacqueline, after many starts and stops on the scale, I managed to lose 10 pounds during the boot camp and over the entire summer. And so if you got the people here who are not in boot camp, we're halfway through our boot camp. And so we're going to see, what other reports we end up with. And so interesting. So Jacqueline also reports that the most important thing that happened during boot camp was the quieting of out of control cravings and my ability to limit my eating to 1 window a day. For me, that is a huge victory. So, however, as I return to my regular fall schedule this week, I noticed that I'm much hungrier than I was before returning to work. I think it is habit related. WTF, she says. And I mean, it's definitely one of those like stimulus response things where you get in. And so we'll be talking about that, Jacqueline. I'm so glad we can go deep on some of these structural things that we need to be ready for. Yeah, but congratulations for the summer. Janet says, I'm grateful that I've put my needs first for a change. Good for you, Janet. Absolutely good for you. And Janet had her husband's total support. Well, we should send husband awards out. We should. Oh, because the leaderboard people, you're going to be getting a special package from Georgia Baker. Okay, but we should have husband awards. We should have Calvin Baker send out husband awards. That would be funny. Or honest Tinu, or maybe Sandra. I know we'll have to figure out which of our husbands is most worthy of sending out the husband award. Maybe we should. Maybe I don't want to go there.
It depends on the day.
It sure does. It sure does. Well, Janet, I am so glad. And Janet was just shy of her goal, but man, she's focused. She's going. So this is awesome. Susan says, I'm really thinking about this journey and enjoying all the creative and stalwart bears with me. I missed my goal by 4 pounds, but only in terms of time. Like she's about to hit it. Absolutely. That's just it. Like sometimes that little number doesn't quite cooperate with the exact day and time, and that's okay. The key is to stay focused. That's awesome, Susan. And I just had to throw Jackie Patty in here. She'll listen with a little open loop. She says, I'm not sure if I'm confessing quite yet, because she has suggested she has a secret as has Anna Sewell. She has a secret goal. She says, but I kind of did what Frederick did. I changed my weight loss goal for a much, much bigger and tougher goal. And so far, it seems to have stuck since August 3rd. So we still don't know what that is. But Jackie says, I may need a badge for this one. Badges are in the den. Badges are something I would love to have on Facebook. And we just don't, since Facebook is giant and we are just little peons at Facebook, there's no way we can even give badges. So, but badges are kind of a thing in the boot camp. So yes, Jackie, you will get a very special badge. And you too, Anna, for your secret goal that you still haven't told us. But let's see. I think, Anna, do you have a few non-scale victories to share?
Yes. And first, I just want to say every time I see some of these non-scale victories that are health related, it overjoys me because so what? A number on a scale. I mean, it is big, but compared to being able to do things and having your labs change, that's the biggest win. So the 3 that I was just noticing yesterday was Marilee, Emily, and Brenda. And, we're used to seeing things like, face to face and body, but things like this amaze me. You can't really see, but these are labs. And let's see, Brenda, she, in just not very long at all, once she started with Eat Like a Bear, her A1C went down significantly. And she's out of the diabetic range now. And over here we have Emily. And I don't know, you won't be able to see because it's backwards, but these are her labs. And in only 3 months, her doctor wanted to even check because it had been such a small amount of time. Went from an A1C of 7 to 5.7, which is in the normal range. I remember my doctor first told us, oh, if you're diabetic forever. It just keeps getting worse because they didn't know, nobody had seen things like this. And then Marilee, who's Debbie's sister, by the way, she just reached 1 year and Eat Like a Bear. Eating this way has corrected my non-alcoholic stenosis hepatitis, and my liver's gone from almost cirrhosis to healthy and healed. That is life, everybody. That is life. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it amazes me because I think of my aunt who died of cirrhosis, and I I see Marilee and I'm just like, she grabbed her life back.
Mm-hmm. Marilee's story is amazing. But Tammy is leaving us now. Tammy, we're going to see you soon. You're getting a special package from One Georgia Paper in Texas, right to you, Tammy. So congratulations, Tammy, and go have a good meeting. Tammy has a schedule. I can't remember what it was, but she's off on important work of the world. So that's awesome. But yeah, you know what? So you bring up Brenda, and Brenda because Brenda, you guys. So Brenda is like the classic slow loser. So like we talk about Jackie Patty as a slow loser. Brenda is the slow loser too, who has completely changed her life. Brenda is the one whose doctors, like the whole staff, like gave her a standing ovation. And the thing is, and Brenda still has more weight to lose. Brenda is not like out there like, I don't know, bikini ready with beach body. None of us are. Okay. But you see what I mean? That she has lost over 100 pounds, but who even cares about all that, right? Because she has completely changed her life. And so, and related to that, because I want to just give a shout out to all the people cleaning their houses like me, Brenda, the thing is, Brenda is able to do this work in her house, you guys. Now think about that. Like, your house is kind of going all in disarray, and you don't even have the energy or like the physical ability to get to it, and how frustrating. But then when like those limitations let up, how exciting that is to clean. Okay. So we should all lean into Brenda's positive energy about chores. So Brenda said, I have definitely met my goal. I've taken over all the chores. I've done all the mowing, taking out trash, cleaning the house, doing the dishes immediately after the family is done eating, all of the ironing. Brenda, you're ironing? Okay. Anyway,
Wow.
cleaned out the kids' closets and drawers,
Need a trophy for ironing.
washed the dog, worked out. I played music and danced throughout the house. I don't want boot camp to end as it has been amazing. It's not over, Brenda. 4 weeks of this cycle. And someone asked, like, well, when do you join? So I'm seeing that we're probably going to do like a new cycle every 12 weeks. And so it would be the beginning of October, sometime in there. This season, I don't know, we might start it on September 23rd, because that's like a little magical day for us in this community, because it counts down the last 100 days of the year, and like dialing in and surviving the holidays. That will be the number one biggest theme, of course. Okay, but we have other decluttering warriors who have checked in. Teresa has cleaned out 2 rooms and is painting them so she can put new floors in. That is amazing. So she says, I didn't meet my weight loss goals, but I did lose 4 pounds. So like Teresa is there like doing all this work in her house and lost 4 pounds. That's just amazing. And Barbara has been off on vacations this summer, and she's tried to, stay the course. Her clothes still fit, like despite the vacation. So that's very exciting. But she has been working on decluttering as well. And like a cabinet that was overflowing and craziness and all that. And she has so much more decluttering to do. But of course, she's about to go on another mini vacation. You know what? Go enjoy that mini vacation. I need a mini vacation too, Barbara. So that is awesome. And I'm just like, it's sometimes we can lean into some of this things like decluttering to help just give us extra steam and energy for like other positive things. So go get it. Go clean your houses, everybody. I think that's amazing. But we have had comments as well that had so many little like wisdom nuggets in them. And I'm going to highlight some of those for us.
Okay, here we go. Sandy and Cinnamon. We're learning how to swim. Okay, here is some wisdom from Sandy and Cinnamon. Breathing deeply at the right time, because this is all about relating swimming to life, basically. Breathing deeply at the right time and not panicking, because if you panic, you sink. If you forget to breathe at the right time, you sink. And this also applies to the Eat Like a Bear journey. So she says, remember to breathe and don't panic. If you start to sink, take a deep breath. And when we have struggles, it's not a failure. It's a stepping stone. And then Judy, let's see. Oh, so she's been having an emotionally difficult week, but she's still going for the daily 5. She's been flying around the country, and she noticed how deep and seductive those old overeating grooves in the brain can be. And just being aware and knowing, having a plan on, okay, this is a difficult area. What am I going to do? And I mean, just like prepping food, you're prepping your situation, and it can make a world of difference. And then Robin says, I've not met my 6-week goal, but I've been faithful in my workouts, working on sleep goals. I'm celebrating the steps I need to get there. I know weight loss will come. And that is so true. And I would say even in somebody else's, I think will be coming up too. When you're going hard and you're not seeing anything, and especially if you're exercising, you are setting up the foundation for your success. I always tell my kids, the higher the building, the better the foundation needs to be. So if you're just working and working and you don't see anything, if you're being faithful in all of, especially sleep, I couldn't even believe that, you are setting yourself up for great success. It's just a bigger success. So stick with it. Oh, and Christine been dealing with gout, and it's like looks like it's a kind of a congenital, a genetic gout. But I will say that everything we found out is that when we're getting our insulin levels lower and our inflammation lower, a lot of times gout kind of helps it. A lot of people don't have it as often, but she says, like Amanda says, in another universe, I would have gained back a lot of the 60 pounds I've lost. Instead, I just haven't made progress in that one aspect, because I say that that's a lot of progress. And then she's ready for the next 6 weeks. And then Sue, so she was having a hard time because she didn't want to bring down the feelings of success that she's seeing everywhere, because she was having some hard times. So she wiped my tears away, thought about my 6 weeks, didn't lose anything, but my activity goal was on fire. This is the one I'm saying. This is a big, strong foundation for strong success. She's making all of those, like 13 to 15K daily, an average of 12 flights of steps daily, bike rides 2 times a week, swimming laps 2 times a week, outdoor work. I mean, mowing, gardening, pulling. Sue, you are on fire. And then Helen, no wine. Oh my gosh, that's good if that's been a habit, you know. And I've cooked every eat like a bear meal. And a vacation in the past, a vacation without alcohol and dessert would have been unthinkable. And in general, throwing sensible eating out the window during a vacation has been the norm for me. But she's not done that. And she's also hiked, reflected, and worked on myself. And it's not been perfect, but is she ready to crush her goal? Yes. And she's putting herself first and minimizing the role of food in my life. That's really where it's at. Before, if we're thinking about is food, and now we're thinking about our lives, and we're doing things that we can do to have our lives. So,
right. And vacations can be more activity oriented instead of food oriented. And then you don't have that struggle of, okay, as the holidays come up in the fall, that struggle of like going out and getting re-exposed to the Twinkies or whatever else, and then just not being able to dig back in. But if instead you use all those opportunities to just stay focused, like physically and mentally. And so, for instance, Sue, this is such a solid foundation that you have, Sue, in terms of getting out and being active. And I would really encourage you to be like extra intentful in your thinking while you're out there and reflecting on the good choices that you have made in terms of food, and just to try to reinforce those good choices while you are actually in the physical activity, because and be grateful like that, because I mean, let's be real, Sue. So you haven't made that progress, but we all know you could also be 100 pounds up, right? I mean, so.
And she probably has made progress, because gaining all that muscle, I mean, I would be very surprised if you didn't notice a difference in the mirror, in a picture, or in your clothes, the way they fit.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anything like that, lean into that. But especially when you're out and like you're just in the fresh air and you're able to take it in and just like really reflect and like be grateful, because like I said, there are universes, where we think we're disasters in this universe. We're not. We're not at all. Our potential is great. It's very great. Okay. So, and Sue brings up an interesting point that so she was very almost apologetic that she was posting something that was a sort of negative or something. By the way, Sue, this is how we learn as a community. And so keep reporting in and keep leaning in. But there was also some serious, amazing excitement, including, so our incognito McFluff says, I can honestly say that I don't think I have had another 6-week period during my lifetime in which I remained so focused on a single goal or process where I put one thing ahead of all else like this ever. My goal was to lose 16.5 pounds, and I exceeded that, losing 23.7 pounds. That is amazing. I am floored. I have never lost this much weight ever, let alone in 6 weeks. Congratulations. And so, and you're on that leaderboard getting something from One Georgia Bakery in Texas. Okay. Patricia says, yay. Yay. I've been at my weight goal the last couple of days, and I am so grateful to all of you. And so, she has been productive. She had a blast clearing the lower half of her closet. Okay. And she found several shoes with high heels she had not worn in 30 years. Oh, but she parted with them. Cleaning it up. Okay. And so she's going through all those things. And pants I'd worn 20 years ago surfaced and have come back in style, and now they fit again. This is exciting. And so she also found that like committing publicly has been, key. And so I do encourage all of you. So whether you're in boot camp or in like wherever you are with us, put your goal out there. You don't have to make it super public. Like if the boot camp's private and the Eat Like a Bear stories is private. This video here, you guys, is public. And the pages in any page at Facebook is public. So, but it's the group that we have there that's private. So those are the two private areas: is Eat Like a Bear Stories group on Facebook and the boot camp, the den area. So specifically the boot camp. There's some public areas at the den. Okay, Julie crushed it. She had a goal of losing 15 pounds, and but she struggled in the beginning, and she went back and forth. She was having problems with hunger, and she actually used extended fasting to kind of break through that. She's funny because she's like, I was so angry with myself, so I just like dug in deeper, which is kind of what I do. So I totally identify with Julie. Anyway, so she's retiring as well, and Friday is her last day of work ever. I'm retiring, she says. Anyway, Julie, so it'll be interesting to see, like, with your new structures and how it's like stay focused and like have all the intentions of like staying in, digging in to smooth over this transition in eating. Because some people do have difficulties adjusting. I think it might be easier to go from work to retiring. We all use excuses to eat. So I'm sure there are as many examples in the opposite. So anyway, it's perfect time to retire right in the middle of boot camp. So that's awesome. And Lord Beth crushed her movement goal. Her goal was 10,000 steps a day and 10 flights of stairs a day. And so most days she had over 12,000 steps. This is great. And she went to 2 waterfalls. Oh gosh, I've got to get out. And so Liz Byers also crushed her movement goal, and she walked 65 miles in 5 weeks. Congratulations, Liz. And Liz also was leading the Weekend Warriors. I'm so excited. I love watching that. I'm not for me, every day is the same, but I love watching that kind of progress. That is awesome. And but there's more excitement, isn't there, Anna? Do we have more?
Yes, we do. Ellen says it's been an amazing 6 weeks. I've learned more about my relationship with myself than ever thought possible, and have developed tools that will help me continue this amazing journey. She found out that a 72-hour fast would not kill her, but would make her feel fantastic. Organized the linen closet. And in a tiny house, a linen closet is pretty important. I mean, if it's anything in a tiny house, it's amplified. So that must be a lot better. Weight loss goal was 15 pounds, doubled it exactly for 30 pounds. She's been kayaking, canoeing, and hiking, and also been eating outside. Linda maintained 20-pound loss since April, even though visiting family and not personally in control of meals. That is a big win. Boot camp has enabled me to focus on the Eat Like a Bear structure as much as possible. And then Anne Marie, I exceeded my weight loss goals. I started July 9th, and my goal was 15 pounds. I'm at 21 pounds now. So thankful and a little surprised. And this is something everybody should think about. I got stuck, gained a couple pounds, and I lost about 6 pounds in a few days. That happens a lot. We see it go higher before it goes lower than ever before. And I mean, steadily, if you're looking at the long term, it's always going down. But don't worry about a couple of pounds. If you're doing what you know you need to do, don't worry about a couple of pounds. Who else we have? Christina. And Christina says, I've always, she changed her time. And this is fine. I mean, it's often thought that it's an advantage to eating earlier in the day, and it really is. But if you need to change it, sometimes that's the best thing you can do. So she's always eaten lunch and struggled through the evening. So she's now comfortably only eating around 5:30, and so she doesn't struggle at night anymore. And she makes it to her meal, so that's great. Pilates, daily outdoors work to get my exercise in and tone up. And she's been wearing smaller pants, so that's awesome. And then Penny, I'm so happy to report I made my 6-week goal, and this one-way train has crossed into Wonderland. I was reaching acceptance that I might not quite make it, as I was stuck at 203 for nearly a week. But she cut back on a couple possible culprits, and my body released some baggage. So she high-fived herself in the mirror so hard that these bingo wings danced like never before. And then Julie, in review of my 6-week goals, I'm pleased that I surpassed my weight loss goal by 3 more pounds. And this is important. Learn to batch cook meats, prepare and chop veggies ahead of time, and walk, although I still have to use a walker or treadmill. And primary goal has been to reduce my insulin resistance, and my blood sugars are ranging about 25 pounds less than 6 weeks ago. That is amazing. And then another goal was to increase socialization, and she's been doing that with family, with friends, and she's noticing she's not isolating herself as much. Her mood's upbeat, less gloomy and depressed. And she's also made a book of her affirmations and used YouTube to listen to laws of attractions for positive self-talk and motivation daily. And I will tell you that makes a difference in every aspect of your life. If you're feeling less gloomy and depressed, I mean, every aspect of your life. And her next step is to write a new set of 6-week goals as soon as I can. Thank you, Amanda and all. So that's exciting to me. I actually have goosebumps.
This is awesome. So much excitement. And so let's all feel that energy and get a little excited ourselves. That's awesome. But we have reports of struggle as well. And this is, you guys, it's all it's all a cycle, right? And it's all about recognizing the struggles come, and it's okay. And it's good to report in about them too. So Liz said she didn't meet her goal of losing 8 pounds. But I'm not down too much. She said, not down too much from her goal. She says, I got sick, had to go to the hospital for 3 days to start a job. And she says, I'm going to reset and start on it again. So, I mean, think of the universe where Liz is not with us, hadn't found us, and she would, could possibly be up even more at this point, and then not starting. So this is good. This is good. Karen, COVID put me down for 2 weeks. And she had issues with walking and with depression and all that, and her energy is just now coming back. So she's digging in. So awesome, Karen. This is awesome. Jennifer has been really struggling and feeling like a failure, and she said she had lots of tears. She was shooting for 16 pounds, and she's only down 8. After she'd gotten down 11 and has been up a little bit. Now that could be regular scale fluctuation, Jennifer. So depending, on what you're doing or whatever, but if it's from the donut, you caught it at 3, you caught it at 3. Okay. So that is really great. And so you were shooting for 16 and you're only down 8. Gosh, Jennifer, I would shed a lot of tears about that. I mean, I get that you're not where you want to be, but I would reflect on the things that you did do well in this season, because you clearly did a lot well if you're down 8. Okay. And so keep doing those things well in the next weeks, and then just dig in. This is, all of this is hard and complicated and emotional. So Jennifer reports, tonight I'm grieving and I'm feeling sorry for myself. She's just had a lot of things going on. And so, okay, Jennifer, so lean in and just keep focusing on the good decisions. And as I've said, with my whole months of the forest fire and with some other past seasons of my life where things were really hard, and I actually actively worked at leaning in harder into the food. So rather than like, oh, poor Amanda, let's have the donut and I deserve it because things are all sad. It's so easy to go down. It's so easy to go down that path. Instead, I get more strict. And in the end, that ends up being easier for me. I know it seems kind of crazy, but it has been. So that's I would lean in. And so, but so Jennifer's husband though is maybe should be getting the award too, because it was Jennifer's husband who has pointed out, like, in general, Jennifer is down 70 pounds, and in her husband's words, you're a rock star. And so Jennifer, your husband is on our good list now. So that's awesome. And, so Julie is just congratulating everyone. And she said she didn't really get on board with the challenge when it started. In fact, she'd stopped doing a lot of things. And she, kind of let go of a lot of this. But she does say her clothes still fit. They are a bit snug, but I can still fix this. I have to. I don't have larger clothes anymore, and I am not going to get there. And so Julie has been through a tough season as well. It sounds like maybe has gained a few pounds, but maybe she's not looking at the scale. And I'm with you there, Julie, because what I would do in a case like this, like, you kind of know you gained a bit, and you don't want to kind of face that number and like what it might play with your head a little bit. I would get in and I would just start doing what you already know you need to do, get your power back, then look at the scale. Then the scale's there for that little extra accountability, but it's not going to, you will have your power and the number won't matter. Not that much. It might matter a little bit. That is awesome. Julie, what you've done here is you have recognized this before it got 200 pounds. Okay. To 200 pounds. Because what happens is, we all know this because we've all done it so many times. I mean, who here is a yo-yo dieter? So all of us. And so what Julie has done is she hasn't ricocheted all the way back. That is huge. That is such a huge growth area, Julie. So for kind of as apologetic as you are, I think that's really amazing. And I just wanted to give you a special shout out about that. And we all need to be like Julie in that sense, is if those pants are getting tight, then we need to lean in then with that size pair of pants, because it is pretty much so easy to just, and you're back up into the size 20 or whatever it is, or 30. And so because we now at Eat Like a Bear, we're 4 years old. And so I've maintained my weight for 4 years, and I'm like this because I've gone through some hard times and I've stuck in and done it. But in the process of doing that, I realized too how easy it is to just gain it back. And we see a lot of bears who struggle with it and are definitely, can gain the weight back. And because it's not magic. There's nothing here that the way we eat is magic, and so maintenance will be magic. I hate to say that it's not magic. It is not magic at all. And so I see a lot of people who are then ashamed of gaining the weight back, which I understand because I know that I would be too. Okay. But for my role as leading Eat Like a Bear, I don't want you to feel that shame, and don't feel it for me, oh, Amanda's judging me, and is what I'm not. In fact, so I have such a deep, heartfelt, I don't know, I desire for people get to that goal weight so you can go out and live your life, whatever the weight is, and whatever that life is, go out and live the life and use that living in it as a way to reinforce those ongoing daily decisions. So we don't have to lose the weight again. That was so much work, losing all that weight. Let's spend all that energy instead going out and being awesome and living in our new life. And there's so much about that and the psychology of that I simply didn't even know or understand 4 years ago. And so all of my early videos about this are very food focused, and all the people that came in early, all that content was just about what to eat, and not really about some of these things, but how we're going to get to the finish line. If that's probably not even the right word for it, but how to get out there so we can engage in our life and have that amazing productive, vibrant life? How can we do that? And then like engage in it to reinforce our daily decisions. And so that kind of discussion, the big goal, I don't think I started teaching that until 2 years ago. And so people who found this early, it was just all about the food. And so we definitely have people who lost a lot with kind of just the food, who've also gained fat. And I feel like our maintenance rate actually might be better than research would predict. Research predicts a big disaster for all of us. I think we're doing better than that. But for instance, just 2 days ago, and I was so excited to see this in a sense. Okay, you guys, but we had Bobby post in the main group. Bobby's a Century Bear, and she has gained a pile of weight back. And I was so proud of Bobby for posting that, because I'm going to take some guts to like go in that group and just be open about it. And so Bobby is, and if you know, we're in the Facebook group, you'll know who I'm talking about, but that's a private group. So we don't talk about last names here publicly, but she's such a flippin' badass. And I leave it to Bobby to like just go forward, like all like, out there, and just owning it. And, she's got like, anyway, I'm really excited so welcome, Bobby. And Bobby, you too will be getting a special package from one Georgia Baker in Texas. Welcome home. And Bobby has so much opportunity too, like with the big goal and where Bobby lives and her lifestyle. And I think like lean into like, she already knows the eating model works. I mean, you can't lose all the pile of weight here to eat like a bear and not know that it doesn't work. But it is the consistency factor, because it is simply so easy. I mean, like this, to like just start on that path and then just to ignore it and like to kind of close off, because the pain of it and the shame, and ignore it. And then, oh, it's another pair of pants, and then it's another, and then you're up there. And so again, Julie, you're in the same pants, girl. They're just tight. That is flippin' amazing. And so, but Bobby, I feel like, so Bobby is like semi-publicly, like going, like showing her pain of having like lost all that and having to go through the work of losing it again. And so I'm excited to be able to talk more about like the things we can do to complement the food model. We know the food model works. We know it works. How do we keep doing it every single day? And that's going to be just even more of a conversation in the community. So, and definitely in my materials. And so, Barbara's here, and Barbara says, helped with focus. Excellent. And look forward to the last 100 things. So the last 100 days of the year, because I have a strong message with the holidays of like a lean in message and a like, just say no to all that stuff. People kind of pretty much in the holidays undo all the work that they did all year long. And then it's just this cycle, constantly losing what you just gained. Oh, and how frustrating. So yeah. Okay. And we are going to have to go into our boot camp video here in a minute. But, and so, Ollie is asking what's the RBS? Yes, the ridiculously big salad. So Ollie, welcome. So welcome and welcome everybody. And I'm sorry, I'm not looking at, let me just quickly check the comments, but we do have to go. We're going to the boot camp video. So we are in boot camp today, brainstorming about some of the like mental blocks and the like physical and other barriers to weight loss. So kind of looking back on the 6 weeks and what are some of the things that were barriers to us and maybe reaching goals or in making our days like a little bit easier. So that's our discussion here in a minute, in 5 minutes, actually. Okay. But anyone who's new, you can go to eatlikeabear.com and find resources, but also eatlikeabearden.com there's a lot in the sidebar, but there's one that's questions, and you can ask questions there. And so that's the best place to ask questions. lean into all that. There's Ollie, there's stuff at the den and at eatlikeabear.com that's like how to eat, in particular the 3-day challenge at the main website. So you'll find lots and lots of resources on all this. Yeah. Oh, and you have a problem with your gums. Okay, so the 3-day challenge, I would encourage you to go through it anyway. You're going to have issues with some of those meals, but absolutely. So I have a book that has a whole chapter on pureed soups, for instance, and all of these meals follow a certain framework for pretty aggressive weight loss is what they are. And so, yeah. Hey, Ollie, so awesome. And so we have lots of people with missing teeth in our communities, seriously, like various forms of dentures and all that. So we gotcha. Gotcha. So just go dig in. Okay. Oh, and we lost Donna Sewell. Okay. Well then, I need to run to the restroom. I need to get more coffee. And Brenda, you're going to have to watch this replay because boy, did we talk about you. Were your ears burning while you were off? Okay. And so everyone, I'm so excited about the next 6 weeks. And the thing about this past 6 weeks, however it was for you, your key thing is using that to learn and to do like a little bit better, at least in the next 6 weeks. And imagine the power of that, like over the course of your life. If like every 6 weeks, you're like doing a little something a little bit better. It's crazy. It's crazy. My life, from that kind of a process, my life has actually gotten so much easier, like with food and all that. So, but anyway, guys, so eat and go be awesome, everyone. And lean in. There's lots of resources around here. So, Ollie, so find all those, figure out, you'll see what we're doing. And don't be afraid to ask. And anyone can always also email support@eatlikeabear.com with any questions. Okay. And I'll see a couple of you, some of you guys in 2 minutes. Oh my gosh, I need to get my coffee. Okay. Bye-bye.